One.
Hi everyone, welcome back to AFTV and welcome back to AFTV News Daily. I'm once again here with Robbie. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
They're making this a regular, just me and you, eh?
For real. Looking forward to the England game tonight.
Yeah.
And Scotland as well. Kieran Tierney, to see what he can do. I hope, you know what, for England are through already.
Yep.
But I'd love to see Scotland progress as well, especially for Kieran Tierney. You know, he gave so much in that last game. We know he loves Scotland so much, and he's done really well in the tournament. You know what I mean? I know he's only had that one game, but he was excellent in that game.
I thought he was quality.
Yeah, so
I thought he was being a little bit overlooked for man of the match. Actually, I know there are a few great performances in there for Scotland, but and that is exactly why we are starting a little bit earlier than usual, guys, because we do have the England game. Lots of build up. Do remember to head over to the Don Robbie channel. All sorts of guests covering every single Euros game. Every time I say that, it does sound a bit mad. Every single Euros game, we have been there to talk about it, and it's been good.
It's been a marathon.
Yeah, it has.
It's been really, really good. It's been really enjoyable, and I'm still scouting players there.
Yeah.
I'm still looking at players that maybe Arsenal could possibly sign.
Yeah.
So there's one that I wanted to look at yesterday, but he didn't actually play. That's Denzel Dumfries, who plays for the Netherlands.
Yeah.
We need a right wing back. He's been excellent in the tournament. So, but as we know, you don't always buy players based off of tournaments.
Yeah, as you like to keep reminding me, I'm there getting excited about everyone.
El Hadj Diouf, Liverpool, bought off of a tournament, absolute disaster. You know what I mean? There's a few more. But, Dumfries looked good. Sabitzer, again, he was playing yesterday, Austria. Again, to me, no-brainer as a signing.
Especially for the money they're saying. Could be 17
been linked with Arsenal, been linked with Tottenham, been linked with a load of clubs. But to me, he's quality. The only thing with it is, of course, for a player like that, we've got no European football to offer him.
Yeah.
So that's the problem.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Yep.
Well, look, we'll keep scouting, and you know what? As we were just saying, we're doing. Oh, no worries. We are doing every single Euros game, and do you know what? It's a lesson to people out there, because I got home last night. It's been a long day. It's been, I think, just Arsenal. It's just always long, isn't it? And I got back and I thought, do you know what? I might just take a night off the Euros, and then I missed the Denmark 4-1.
What a game!
Unbelievable game. I thought
a game,
and actually probably the most inspirational in terms of games of the tournament.
Yeah, because of the whole Eriksen thing.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what a game! Brilliant game, and
squeezed them into the top two, didn't they?
Yeah, and the crowd, everything about that game is what we love about football.
Yeah,
it was just all the best of Christian Eriksen.
Yeah,
we know he used to play for them not down the road, but we put that to one side because it's all love when you see what happens to him and the fact that he's making a recovery.
It's absolutely
there's a
incredible.
chance that he will play again, and I sincerely hope he does play again. And you think back to all those years ago with Fabrice Mwamba, his actual accident that he had where he suffered a cardiac arrest on the pitch could have saved the life of Eriksen and other people going forward because they've made so many improvements since then.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic to see what the Denmark players did yesterday. And could face England. You never know. We could be facing them. But,
they absolutely could.
But I'm just glad that they're through. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I echo all that. So, as always, lots to get through here before the England game and the watch-along that we'll be doing. As always, so much transfer news. I've actually never known the start to a summer to be like this in terms of how heavy, but also how reliable the sources are for the amount of news that's coming out.
What's incredible about it, James, right, is that obviously I've been doing these Transfer Daily shows now for 8 years, and I've done them in the midst when tournaments are on. And normally when a tournament's on, everything just dies. Boom.
Yeah.
Like no one's really talking about transfers, you know what I mean? It's all the focus is on the tournament. But this time round, I think because Arsenal, there's so much that we need.
Yeah.
And there's so much business that we need to do that, the rumours haven't died down at all.
No.
And we're getting linked with so many players, left, right and centre.
It's been relentless. I've genuinely never known anything like it. I mean, we know that the Lokonga deal, we touched on it yesterday, it looks like that might be on the brink. But what strikes me is the amount of fresh rumours a day. It's not always necessarily development on the day before. So today, the first thing to look into is potentially Riyad Mahrez. I mean, that's the deal they're now saying. Arsenal have gone as far as to inquire about Riyad Mahrez, potentially Sterling in there too. I love Riyad Mahrez. What a player. This seems a real stretch. But we've heard this link before this window. Could there maybe be something in it? No, there isn't. Let's move on.
I mean, listen, there's talk that we've inquired about Riyad Mahrez and Sterling at City, right? Both of them have got slightly uncertain futures because when you play for a club like Man City, as brilliant as you can be, you could be on the move.
Yep.
You know, there's talk that Bernardo Silva might leave. You know,
what a player!
That's the type of player I'd like to get, because I think we've already got players that do the Riyad Mahrez role and do the same role that like Sterling does. Maybe they're not as good, but we've got. That's not the areas.
We've got tricky wide players in some capacity.
But, you know, I would see why Arsenal might inquire as to what's happening with those players, because you know if they're going to be available, and Arsenal have got the funds to do it, they'd be great players to sign. But I think it's, you know, inquiring about a player, picking up the phone and saying, what's happening with Riyad Mahrez?
Yep.
Is different to an actual...
medical happening.
Terms agreed and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
What's happening with Riyad Mahrez?
Yeah.
He's not for sale. Okay, bye.
It
could be that.
He is for sale. You know? He has no interest in joining you.
Yeah,
Cheers.
and the problem that we have at the moment with Arsenal is no European football.
Yeah, it's a killer.
I said on my show the other day, I don't know if it was on this show, that's a problem, but Arsenal's still a big name. It's still a huge club, you know, and they can pay big wages. So it's not impossible to tempt a player like a Riyad Mahrez and say, you know, but I think the only way you're going to get a player like that away from a club like Man City and any type of player like that is they have to believe in the project.
Yep.
They have to believe in it. Mikel Arteta has to be able to persuade a player like that and say, all right, we've got no European football.
Yeah.
But this is what we plan to do in the next 2-3 years. This is how we're going to get back to the top. You got to convince those big players like that, or they ain't coming.
Yep.
They ain't coming. So that's what we're going to see. You know, it's going to be really intriguing to me to see this summer the type of players that Arsenal can attract. It's easy to get a Lokonga. You know, you're leaving from Anderlecht to come to Arsenal. That's a step up, right? But players that like a Maddison, for instance, that we've been linked with, can we persuade him that the project, all right, you're not going to be in Europe, but
I think it's spot on.
This is what our plans are. That's the only way those type of players come.
I completely agree. Gunning You Down says, Arsenal inquired about my cat as well. we rejected it.
That's a good one.
Do you know what? I saw it. It's in capital letters as well.
Love that.
I've got to read this out.
Brilliant. You know, I mean, the links can be as loose as that. As I said, you know what? Remember, at this time of year, hundreds of inquiries going about players. There'll be a load of Arsenal players that, you know, have been inquired about. But then hold on. Remember, when I first heard that Villa had inquired about Emile Smith-Rowe, I was like, right, they've inquired about him. Yeah, right. And the phone's probably just been put down, and he's not. They put in a bid. Yeah. 25 million. So
I think they're trying to
don't discount these things. So
very true.
Let's see.
Junior Mwamba says, why would Mahrez join Arsenal? Listen, I agree, and we've kind of touched on all that, but let me just paint you a little picture here, okay? Mahrez, he's won everything but the Champions League, right? It's all gone great for him. Do you know what? Maybe he loves London. Maybe he loved working for Mikel Arteta. Do you remember Arteta? Arteta was very heavily praised with the work he did with Sterling, Sane, Mahrez when he was at City. He was basically known as the guy who worked with the wingers, helped on their movement, helped them get more goals in the box. Maybe they got a lot of respect for him. Maybe that 250 mil. Maybe there's something in that. Maybe there's a bit of money going around.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'd say they haven't won the Champions League, right? If they'd have won the Champions League, that might be different. But they're gonna want to be part of City going again to try and win the Champions League, you know?
Agreed. I don't believe anything I just said myself. But I was trying to...
maybe you're chatting a lot of rubbish.
I was trying to convince people that maybe there's something, but I don't believe it. Arsenal keeping tabs on Calvert-Lewin. That was a rumour that came out today.
And again, you know, keeping tabs.
Yeah, you know, I'm keeping tabs on these people. Yeah.
Again, you know, I can't... there's no impossible things but he's the main guy at Everton. Yep. Everton are not short of money. Everton are trying to build something.
Yeah.
I'd be absolutely shocked if Calvert-Lewin left from Everton and joined Arsenal. Especially the fact that they lost Ancelotti.
Yeah.
To then lose their main guy? Nah, can't see it.
Yeah.
But
Calvert-Lewin
again, it's just he's probably keeping tabs. You're monitoring the situation with him.
He's a big Arsenal fan, apparently.
Half of the players are. I mean, half of the French players are.
Half the Spurs
Arsenal
players
fans. Yeah, you know, yeah.
So we've got Spurs fans.
But where are they? They're not at Arsenal. You know?
Yeah, no, very, very true. We've got Ayad saying free Saliba, which brings us on to the next bit of transfer news. Well, the story's coming out today, and I know you touched on it on Transfer Daily as well, is that Saliba is potentially up for sale, or not necessarily up for sale, but that Arsenal are willing to listen to offers. They are willing to entertain the possibility of him going to another club, whether it's a loan move or a permanent move this summer. The feeling is that the Ben White deal is perhaps getting closer, and that maybe there's sort of an acceptance that actually another loan move or maybe making your money back on Saliba is something the club would be willing to do. Now, this contradicts reports a few weeks ago from a lot of journalists saying, listen, you're going to hear that Saliba might be out, but he's not. He's staying. He's going to get pre-season. He's going to be given the chance to prove himself. Maybe the situation's changed a bit. It's a bit worrying. I know you weren't too happy about it.
No, I spoke about it on Transfer Daily this morning.
Yeah.
Listen, it's all speculation at the moment, but he's been linked with a loan move to Newcastle. There's been talk that they may be keen for him to go on loan to a Premier League club this time, not just to a club in France. But again, I just want to see this guy get a chance at Arsenal. That's just my feeling on it. I'm like, we paid a lot of money for him, £27 million for a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
It's a huge investment. And it just seems to me like we're messing him around. He's not had a chance.
I can't agree more.
I don't get what's going on with some of these young players not getting a chance. Balogun last year didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
How we managed to get him to sign a new contract, I don't know.
Yeah.
But fair play to Arteta for doing that. But he didn't get a chance, Balogun.
Yeah.
Right? Saliba's not had a chance. He played 1 minute for Arsenal. Right? We see the guy that he used to play alongside, Fofana, up at Leicester, killing it all season. Yep. One of the best centre-backs in the league last season, at the same sort of age. Why can't he get a chance in the Arsenal team? That's what I would like to see him get a chance. I don't really want to see him go on loan to Newcastle. I want to see him play in an Arsenal team. I want to see him get his chance at Arsenal.
I agree with you.
I still don't get the Ben White thing. I know that you should always try and bring in quality, but to me, I'd like to see Saliba get a chance.
So I wholeheartedly agree with everything you just said, but let me just paint a little picture to maybe see if we can explore this other side. Say you're the manager and we go into Brentford away and you've got Gabriel as one centre-back and then you've got the option of Saliba and Ben White. Just say they're both in the squad. Forget what we paid for them, forget what Ben White came in for, forget all that. Who's your starting centre-back alongside Gabriel? Because for me, it would be Ben White.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it should be Rob Holding then. Because
Why
remember, you still got Rob Holding. So are we selling? There's no sounds that we're selling Rob Holding. We're going to keep Rob Holding by the sounds of it, yeah?
Yeah, it does.
So if it actually boils down to it, Rob Holding is just as experienced, if not more, at playing at that level than Ben White, right?
All right, Ben White's a better player, isn't he?
All right, Ben White will be your better player. So then, are we getting rid of Holding or are we getting rid of Saliba?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's the thing, what I'm saying. And that's why I say, priority-wise, is that where the priority lies right now with Arsenal in bringing in Ben White? Because last season we had the third best defence in the league.
Yep.
So I'm not.
I hear that. I hear that.
If it's Rob Holding that's getting moved on, he's been at the club for a long time. I'd understand that. You bring in Ben White and you have Saliba, and those two battle it out.
Yep.
But if it's Saliba who's the fall guy, who's not had a chance. My main argument is this: he ain't had a chance. He's considered one of the best young centre-backs around.
I think the best.
And he's not he's not kicked a ball for Arsenal's first team.
No, I agree. It is ludicrous. The thing that gets to me...
I don't understand it. It just... I started to think to it that Arteta's looking and saying, I don't rate him.
Well, no, but that might well be the case. But the thing that strikes me is, when you spend £27 million on a 19-year-old who had one good season at the time at St Etienne, is there not a vetting process of who is he, what's he like? Because it's either one of two things. Well, it could be three things. Arteta just rates him but doesn't think he's ready yet. There's a personal thing behind the scenes we don't know about. Or he just doesn't rate him as a footballer at all.
It seems to me like he's just... What more has he got to do? He's gone on loan at Nice. He's had an excellent time on loan.
Yep.
First month he was there, he got player of the month.
Yep.
What more's this guy got to do?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Where has he just to get a game? Remember?
No, I agree.
I don't.
I know it's madness.
I'm really disappointed at what I'm seeing at the moment.
I agree. Brandon Hill, thanks for the super chat, says big up from Memphis. Amazing. I've always wanted to go to Memphis.
Well, you like the Jazz?
Sorry, I've just every time a place is mentioned, I drop it because Robbie knows I want to go to Florida. So he says, big up from Memphis. Love Arsenal, but these transfer links get tiring, especially when they don't sign the players they should.
It's the time of year. Listen, and we're going to get linked to absolutely everybody. It's as simple as that. It's how it goes.
Yeah.
You know.
Obliged to read the super chat. O'Malley says maybe Saliba was the mole. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. Let's just not entertain
maybe
that.
He was.
No.
Maybe he was. Why can't he get a game?
We're not going to entertain that. Erwin, just a super chat. No comment, but thank you very much for the super chat. Let's go into the rest of the news. Oh, we do have one more here. Wayne Sage says Saka and Grealish start today. And then he says sell Holding and Willock. Now, Saka starting for England was something that going into this.
You know what? Let me check the teams.
Yeah, do have a little look.
Yeah, they might be out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we've just had confirmation.
Well, Saka starting. That's good. So that's fantastic. You know what? I kind of had a feeling that he'd start today. Yeah. I do think Gareth Southgate likes him.
Yeah.
England are qualified. Why not give a kid a chance to play? Again,
I'm delighted.
Again, it's what we're talking about, giving chances to players and see what they can do. That's what I'm moaning about with Saliba.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to check the England team now.
Yeah,
Saka
absolutely.
does start. Saka with Grealish as a number 10 and Sterling on the other side. Harry Kane up front. Rice and Phillips in the midfield. So he's still
that sounds like Arsenal's front four for next season, doesn't it? Saka, Grealish and Sterling.
That'd be nice. Amazing. Still gone with those two holding midfielders of Rice and Phillips. A back four of Shaw, Maguire's back in, Stones and Walker, and Pickford in goal.
Wow.
That's probably a better team than the other night. I'm still surprised though he's not playing Sancho. I mean, when you think about it, I'm looking at the bench. Sancho's not even on the bench.
Southgate Sancho's the new Arteta Saliba, isn't it?
Yeah, Sancho. Oh no, Sancho is on the bench.
He is on the bench. Okay.
You don't fancy Sancho, does he? Because when you think about it, Saka is playing instead of Sancho.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's playing as the right winger.
Playing as the right winger,
which is amazing.
That's
really
interesting.
Yeah.
You see, United fans, Saka's better than Sancho.
And Lingard didn't get in the squad, so there you go.
That's surprising actually, because Sancho, I do rate him. So
I do too, massively. Owen with a super chat this time. There is something he said, so thank you. Says if we get Basuma, who will replace Partey and Basuma in midfield during AFCON? Actually, it's a good point.
Worry about that. I keep seeing that. Oh yeah, but if you buy Basuma, the AFCON. Worry about that when it comes. It's only a month.
Yeah, true.
It's 1 month, and they can go there and be knocked out in 2 weeks. They're back.
Yeah, very true.
To me, you're not buying Basuma for the month of January. You're buying him long term.
Yeah,
he's 24.
Yeah,
you're buying him for the next 3-4 seasons. That's my opinion. Lee Judge is in the building.
Yeah, hey Lee.
Judges, come in, man. Come pull up a seat.
Hey,
let's get him in.
Look him.
Let me get him a seat.
Wow, special guest appearance.
Special guest appearance.
We totally planned this.
He's got that song. We sing. I like that as well. Move forward again. Move forward.
How are you, Lee?
I'm good, thank you.
Am I in?
Good.
You got me in the frame?
We're all in.
We're all in. We've made it. Look at that.
Sing that song again, because I do like
it. He wants to be a gooner. I made that myself.
And that's a good. I like that.
I like that, yeah.
You know what?
You sure you made that?
That will.
100%. I wouldn't lie to you, would I? Would I lie to you? No, I wouldn't.
I like that a lot.
He's starting to sound like Ty now.
No.
Well, I got another super chat from Spriggsy88. Says, do you think that if Arsenal don't show enough ambition in this transfer window, then they won't be able to convince Smith Rowe to sign a new deal?
I think Smith Rowe will sign a new deal, but you're already seeing Aston Villa trying to poach him, coming in. That's a lot of money for a player like Smith Rowe, 25 million.
And the thing is like when we were sort of linked with Ben White the last couple of days, something must have gone on for Arsenal to bid for him.
Yeah.
So why are Aston Villa bidding for him unless there's been some sort of contact? So I'm a little bit worried about it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But as we spoke earlier on, Grealish for Smith Rowe, would you take that? Part of the deal? I would take that as part of the deal.
Happening, man. I think I've heard people with that.
Well, then it ain't going to happen. But the other thing is with Smith Rowe, he's only got a year left of his contract, or say 18 months, is it?
Yeah, I think just a year. I think they've got to wrap it up.
No, I think it's more than a year. I think he's got.
Is it?
Is it?
I think he's got 2 years, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Oh, does he?
I'm not sure. So
maybe
I know
he does. You might be right. But every time I hear about
check
contracts,
that right now. I'm getting worried. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure when I saw it, he had like.
It's either a good bargaining tool, isn't it, or something's not quite right there.
We'll see. So next bit of news of the day, actually quite sad news, and we want to say a big thank you to Steve Bould, who leaves the club today after 33 years of service to the football club. I've got to say, it's quite sad. He made 372 appearances for Arsenal between 1988 and 1999. Yes, I am reading this off the screen. In that time, he won 3 league titles, the FA Cup, a League Cup, and a European Cup Winners' Cup as well. Got some quotes from Pierre-Emerick, who says, Steve has been a fantastic servant for us on and off the pitch. His record as a player speaks for itself, and he has been an inspiration to generations of young players coming through the academy. And then he says this has been a very hard decision to make. Steve's contribution to the under-23s and the club as a whole has been huge, and he will always be an important figure in our history. Now, he was obviously essentially the manager of the under-23 side. I think
it's been a hard decision to make. That means that it's not Steve Bould leaving off of his own accord.
I think that's exactly what it means. I don't know what to make of this. It doesn't really sound right, but then is it time for a shake-up? I don't know.
He was also manager of the first team for a couple of games. Remember that?
Southampton.
By the way, the contract expires in June 2023.
Okay,
so it's got a couple of years left. So there's no,
All right, there's no great rush.
But they are looking to give him a new deal, obviously.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. So you remember when Arsene Wenger was banned for a few games, and listen, he hasn't quite worked as a coach, but I just rather remember him as a player.
Yeah,
brilliant,
absolutely awesome.
Brilliant.
For us,
we could do with a defender. Forget Ben White.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this now. He puts Mertesacker at shame. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't feel right reading Mertesacker quotes about Steve Bould, does it?
It should be the other way around, really. But on a coaching capacity, it's just not quite worked for him, is it? If I'll be honest.
It's a shame because again, it's an Arsenal sort of former player going.
Yeah.
Jack Wilshere had some strong words on social media to say. He said, I'll try to find the exact tweet. He basically said, what's going on? If I find out,
he's been sacked, hasn't he?
I think that's exactly
when I look on it like that, I thought at first he was left on his own accord, but he hasn't. They've let him go.
Yeah, I think.
I just like to see. What's Jack saying?
Jack Wilshere says, can't believe it. Another proper Arsenal man gone. What is going on? What a coach and what a guy. All the best, Bouldy.
See, that's what I'm saying.
He's not happy about it.
Do you remember when he first came in as a coach? He started doing really well on the on
defensive
the defence
side and all,
and Arsene Wenger sort of away and having that and took it away from him a little bit, So I don't think he's ever got I think he's got a bit of a raw deal as a coach.
I've said it before, Lee. Right, that I've spoken to quite a few ex-Arsenal players about when Arsene Wenger was there, and they all used to complain to me and say, "Robbie, he didn't want us around."
Wow.
Yeah, so
he didn't want us around. Obviously, he's not there now, so. It's I was watching that game of Belgium last night, and Thierry Henry's on the sideline.
Yeah, just see what he was doing. So Lukaku could tell him.
And I was like, those guys should be involved with Arsenal right now. Thierry Henry, these type of guys. I want them involved with Arsenal right now.
Yeah.
Maybe if Daniel Lek took over, they would be. You know what I mean? But it's a shame, man, because Steve Bould's been a great servant to Arsenal Football Club, and wishing him all the best. Let's hope he stays in football.
Yeah, and one of the things that I don't like about it, which don't sit well with me, is that the younger generation won't realise what a proper Arsenal legend he was when he played and everything like that. They're just looking at him as the coach that didn't quite do it. But if you look back in the history, and I urge the younger fans to do that, go and watch him play. Proper defender.
Yeah, Lee makes a great point there, because you see on social media, and I know social media doesn't reflect all of society, but you see a lot of people kind of almost celebrating that he's moving on and that the under 23s are going to get someone else to come in, and that's not right. Look, it's not really worked for him as a coach, but you're right. Maybe there's a section of the fan base that don't quite know. I mean, I didn't get to watch Steve Bould much, but my dad always speaks like
brilliant. That's a proper
Steve
defender.
Bould was quality.
That's a proper defender. The only thing with the Steve Bould thing, right, is that it must be hard, right? And maybe this is the reason why they have decided to go with someone else, right? Because it must be hard to go from your assistant manager of the club.
Yeah.
And then you're almost like been demoted down now. So
it felt like a demotion.
Push aside, do
the under 23s.
It felt like a demotion.
So he must have been very demotivated doing that.
And then there's someone younger coming in and taking the top job in Arteta.
So he's probably, it's probably best for all sides, if I'm being honest. He's probably really demotivated doing that, but
yeah, very, very true. We've got a super chat from Nero, who says, I guess this is about Arteta. Says, firstly, outcast again Doozy, then Martinelli, now Saliba. We need Arteta out now because these are potential Ballon d'Or winners who will leave because of him. Interesting.
Ballon d'Or winners.
Wow, yeah, that's strong.
It is a worry, though, isn't it? That,
it is
that our top youngsters are sort of being overlooked. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be signing Ben White. Balogun,
Doozy, Saliba,
Martinelli.
Who else? There's someone else. Wait. I'm sure there's someone else, but it's those four.
Being well overlooked. And look, listen, don't get me wrong. If Arsenal sign Ben White, I'm not going to be moaning about that. He's a good defender, but
overlooking some of these youngsters. Yeah.
But
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
What gave us the most success last season?
Our youngsters. And I will say that. But
Saka and Smith Rowe.
I will say one thing in Arteta's defence with Saliba yet. We still don't know. It's all potential. Maybe a loan move in England.
What about giving him a chance though?
Well, listen.
We don't know because we ain't seen.
Yeah, I go along with that. But obviously, he's only 19. It's very, very hard to come into the Premiership.
The geezer at Leicester.
Yeah.
You played with him.
I'm not winning this argument.
Is the pressure at Leicester the same as at Arsenal at centre back?
Thank you, James.
Leicester on the up.
Yeah, it's the pressure.
It's the same pressure.
But also, he wasn't signed as a starter because it was Soyuncu and Evans, and then because Soyuncu got injured, Fofana had to come in.
But he could be all right. Back up to Ben White. But by the looks of it,
well, I hope that's what Saliba becomes.
Why spend all that money on a central defender and not give him the chance? Surely, like someone that can.
27 million.
Yeah.
We could actually, nothing against Ben White, but he could be the real deal, couldn't he? And we could actually spend another 30, 40 million on somebody else. So.
Yeah, very true. The signature, touching on Steve Bould, says that he came 10th in the under-23 league. I'm not sure how many teams are in that league. So
listen, the under-23s did not perform well at all last season. As I said, you have a guy that's, as I said, you've gone from assistant manager for a while as well, for years. To go run the under-23s is not, you and a guy and his dog there watching those games. What I mean? It's
a tough ask for him, but also the under-23s is not about winning leagues. It's about
development.
Okay.
But still, it's not good Arsenal.
No, it isn't. It isn't good. But if 3 or 4 of those players have developed and got into the first team, then obviously the under-23s is going to be a little bit weaker because you've got under-18s, under-17s. Filling their
but the Chelsea one, they'll have it and they're still winning.
Yeah,
and they'll still, I'm sorry, that's an important job.
Yeah.
But if you, as I said, you're coming from doing the top job nearly second.
So where they come? So if
second to the top job doing under 23.
So if he'd have come 8th, he would have survived. He would have saved his job. Is that what we're saying here? So
maybe
if we'd have come out, 10th
is not good enough.
10th is not good enough. So you can't have one rule for one and not for the other, can you?
Yeah, no, very good point. Marcus Comfort asked, James, have we hit 100 players linked with the club now? I'm not sure. You're the one doing it every day.
I don't think not yet.
We're close. It must
we'll
be.
we
must be in the mid-50s.
More links
at
to the
least,
chain, haven't we? Like,
yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah, very, very true. Let's go into. I'm really glad I got Lee for this. As we come towards the end of the show, there's a tournament for the charity Mind, which obviously helps with mental health.
Yeah, I see that.
Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham. 3 games, 1 at each ground. How friendly is this tournament going to be? I know we'll go into the details of the amazing work they're doing, but a friendly versus Tottenham, I don't know how that...
Never such a thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure how friendly that's going to be, really. Will you be out there sort of abusing the Spurs players?
Well, no, if not, it's for charity.
Giving your money to charity. And then...
Well, the thing, I don't look like I'll be abusing Harry Kane because he won't be there. But it'd be interesting. I think, like, because of what with COVID and everything like that, can't really do a lot of travelling. So it makes sense, doesn't it, to play those games.
Big friendlies.
Huge friendlies. So let's go. We've got Arsenal versus Chelsea at the Emirates on August the 1st. Chelsea versus Tottenham Wednesday, which is an evening kickoff at Stamford Bridge, and then at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, because they've not been able to name it yet or find a manager, is Sunday the 8th of August. So that's... Do
you reckon there'll let away fans be in by then? Or what do you reckon?
I don't know.
I'd love to go.
I'd love to go.
I'd love to. You've been there for
that would be good.
I've never been there.
It's actually a decent stadium.
I'd like to go and, you know what I mean.
You won't be, one song you won't be singing when you go to that Tottenham game, Sacked in the Morning. Because they got a manager.
No, I wonder if they'll have a manager by then. Do you reckon they'll have a manager by then?
I mean, blimey, they must. Let's have a look at what Arteta had to say. He says, as we take steps forward out of this pandemic, we're happy to play in a series which promotes better mental health. The last 18 months have been incredibly difficult, and so many people, including many of our own fans, understandably need some extra support for their mental well-being. And from that, £5 of each ticket sold will support charitable projects, with Mind receiving 25% of proceeds from all 3 matches in the Mind series, and then also more going out to club foundations as well.
Great cause. I love the fact that this is 3 huge clubs coming together to do this. Well, 2 huge clubs, right? No, but 3 huge clubs coming together to do this. I think it's for a great cause. Let's hope it's played. Well, it'll be played in the right spirit. Let's hope the fans have the right spirit around it. Because remember, Chelsea fans don't get on with Tottenham either. So so it is quite an interesting.
This is massive, yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see if we are allowed. Me and you were talking off air, right? And we were saying that it's probably going to be kind of treated as a bit of a test event as well.
I think so.
For these grounds, you know what I mean? Because those are friendlies that a lot of people want to go to.
Would want to go to.
Yeah. And I was seeing some stuff today, even that some of these big clubs now are starting to think about vaccine passports and things like that to get you straight in, and it's going to be really interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, yesterday was supposed to have been Freedom Day, when all the restrictions got lifted and stuff like that. Yeah. They're talking about it could be towards sometime in July. It's going to be really, I'm really interested to see what's going to happen next season as regards going to games. I mean, I've got my season ticket.
Yeah, but exactly. We don't really know what's going to be happening yet, do we? Even whether you're going to go to these games, whether it's going to be full capacity, you don't know that. Yeah. You don't even know at this moment, like Brentford away, we don't even know if we'll be able to go to that.
Yeah. It's not the clubs, obviously. No. They wanna sell tickets. They want to open everything up. They're still waiting on the government to find out what they're doing about all this.
Very, very true. And the very last bit of news before we round up: 60,000 at Wembley for the semi-finals and finals of the Euros. Not really Arsenal news, but still, that's quite encouraging.
No, that's
the government
again, it's a step forward.
Yeah, massive.
It's a step forward in getting fans back into grounds. Has it got anything to do with the fact that UEFA was saying it might take it away?
It might have been. There might have been a little bit of pressure
to Budapest and things like that. But listen, it's great to see. I mean, I was watching that Denmark game last night, and trust me, I had goosebumps, man. Watching that game, the fans, it was electric.
Yeah,
and it's just like. I'd love to be in that ground.
I had that for Hungary's goal against France. They all went. It was pandemonium.
Yeah, you want to be in. It's so nice to see.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why that Chelsea Spurs games will be.
Because I think those will be packed if they're allowed to.
Yeah, and you want to go, wouldn't you? Because of that reason,
Well, it'd be like you said. Will they let away fans go? That'd be interesting.
It's a big call because you don't know at the moment. I think with the fixtures when they come out, you look for I always do look for the Spurs games and the big games and things like that. when it's home and away. But the away games at the moment, I'm looking at them and thinking, well, like Brentford, I was disappointed because I wanted to go to that, and I think, no, I ain't going to go to that.
But we might be able to go.
Well, yeah, you might be able to go. And then I was looking, like, I think the Spurs game's in January, so that could be a little bit better, you know. But, so I think it is a bit of a worry at the moment. And of course, then, you know, you just don't know with the capacity or whatever. But 60,000 at Wembley that's a big boost, isn't it? Like, you know,
I think so. I take that as just great news for where the government seems to think we are with getting fans in grounds and stuff. So yeah, definitely good news. Robbie, thanks for joining.
Nice one.
Lee, thank you very much.
Special guest star.
Special guest. I enjoyed that. Like, you know, so.
Yeah, it's good fun. We had Ty last week.
Saka's playing.
Saka's playing, so we'll win, won't we? Simple as that. Like, finally got an Arsenal
I feel more
like.
excited about this game than any of the other because Saka's in it.
Yeah,
isn't that amazing?
You know, we're already qualified, but it'd be interesting to see what they do today. I think we've got to win the game. I know, like, we're getting an easier game, but I think that playing at Wembley now, and I think if we win today and we carry on winning, obviously, like, it'll be all the way through to Wembley. So you can't not avoid that, can we?
I'd rather.
Harry Kane will score today.
Oh no, what's wrong with you?
I told you I'd rather come second in the group.
He's got to score today, Harry Kane. He's got to score.
When will he celebrate?
I will not celebrate. He will score, you know. So
I love it. All right.
Assist from Saka.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Do remember?
I'll cheer that.
Yeah, Saka. Yeah. Remember, you can find all of us right now in 20 minutes on the Don Robbie channel, building up to the England game and doing the watch along. And remember, we're covering every single Euros game on the Don Robbie channel. Do check out AFTV VIP, links in the description below for all sorts of exclusive content. There's a 2-week free trial and $2.99 a month after that. Shows that we don't do on YouTube, plus all our YouTube stuff ad-free on the app as well. And I just want to send a final big thanks to Steve Bould for everything he's done for the club. He leaves today. A bit sad, but, you know, we sort of wish him the best with whatever he does after that. Thank you very much. See you in about 20 minutes on the Don Robbie channel. Thanks, guys. Catch you next time.